Hello, lovers of simple stories. Today, my friends, you will hear another short story. This is a man's confession, perhaps even a cry of the soul, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Make yourself comfortable, we'll begin.
My wife and I were married for 6 years. It all started very well, a fairy tale, like everyone's at the very beginning. But it ended very badly. Now there is a question of divorce. The wife stands for the preservation of the family, although she herself said that she does not need such a family, and she is tired of suffering. I, on the other hand, am for divorce and do not want to live with her anymore. What is the reason? I think now the vast majority of women recognize themselves, but do not admit it, instead voicing the same legendary. The man is reported and the man is guilty. My wife and I met when we were students. At first we were friends, and later our feelings awoke. After graduation, we got married and started our family life. Life is a complicated thing, there are ups and downs, and so it was with us. I was a little more fortunate at the beginning. I found a good job in my field and started supporting our family alone. My wife's business was not very good, the work turned into a torment, conflict with the boss, and the earnings were no. This is all, her job, of course, it was a blow to her self-esteem and ambition. Fortunately, this didn't affect our relationship. I combined everything. I earned money, I arranged our life, I took care of it and nursed it, and I liked it. I will tell you honestly, I was happy, my beloved woman is near, but a few years later, the picture changed in the opposite direction, and my wife's reaction just killed me. My wife changed her job and her business went up, but I had a decline over time. Our chief executive died, and the heirs divided the business, and many people, including me, were left without a job. I later found a job, but I had to start from scratch. Of course, the earnings for the first couple were lower than before, but it did not hit the family budget. But the wife showed a completely different side. She began to reproach me with money and say that it was she who was carrying the family, although this was not the case. Her earnings were not much higher than mine, and we invested in the family as before. Then there is 70% of me, and 30% of her. And now she was acting like this. I am silent about support and understanding how it should be in the family. In general, the such relationship lasted a year and a half. At every conflict, quarrel, or just when something was wrong with her, she began to reproach me with money and my failure in my previous job. And then my labors yielded results, and I began to gradually rise, as before. I was able to return to the previous heights and even a little better. But the relationship with my wife for me, in fact, ended there. And it wasn't about money, it was just that I no longer saw a loved one, or a loved woman. What's more, I didn't expect any more good from her, but I wouldn't have been surprised at a sneak attack. In the end, we had the last conflict, where I put all the dots over the I. I directly told my wife everything and for the first time voiced my desire to divorce, because the family has long been not seen or felt. My wife was in shock, she was angry and thought that I just hurt my ego. But the situation didn't change at all after that. We didn't change, our views didn't change, the conflicts continued, and my desire to get a divorce didn't change either. At the moment, we are officially still married, but everyone lives their own lives. My wife tries to change something, does something for me, but it is clear that all this is just a game, in an attempt to maintain a comfortable life. All this is not sincere and without a soul. I still want a divorce, and I intend to do it. And again, it's not about money or self-esteem. I was just disappointed in my family, in my relationships, and in the woman I loved. Yes, this is life and so it happens, but it does not make it any easier, and it does not cancel what happened.
There you have it, another simple not printed story. What do you think of this? As before, you can write about it in the comments. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss another simple or complex story. All the best to you and see you soon. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Sincerely yours, Badi.